Hello there, and welcome again to 360 View when we are looking at all the sides in the news. My name is Olufemi Omotayo. I'm your host for this show, and I'm glad that you've joined me again. Please subscribe and comment if you've not done so before. Thank you. This time we are looking at something in the news that all the newspapers have carried, and it relates to a popular Nigerian celebrity. Uh, One and only I'm the Bunch. So the entertainer called the Bunch. His name is Oladapo Oyebanji. That's his name. Oyebanjo. Um, Oladapo Daniel Oyebanjo. The Bunch has been arrested and detained though by the ICPC. The ICPC is the Independent Corrupt Practices and Other Related Offences Commission. For what? Over alleged fraud. So the band is currently in the custody of ICPC for over the allegation of fraud. So let me break down what is really going on. It's currently at the ICPC headquarters in at the ICPC headquarters in Abuja, as the Federal Capital Territory of Nigeria. Um, the band, the band is a sensational singer. He's been in the scene since 2004, a Nigerian singer and rapper. The co-founder of the Mo Hit record with producer Don Jazzy. He has won several music awards, including the Best Africa Act at the MTV Europe Music Award 2007, Artist of the Year at the MTV Africa Music Award 2009, Best International Act at the BET Award 2011, and so many other awards. So the band is a household name in the Nigerian musical scene. Um, so what's this situation now with him and the ICPC? So let me tell you what has happened to him. He was arrested yesterday, Tuesday, after ICPC operatives closed in on him, and then they forced him to surrender himself at the agency's headquarters in Abuja yesterday. So the manner of his arrest looked like a Gestapo move, with the SCPC going that route of arresting him and making him, to have no option but to surrender himself. So why have they gone through this route? What has made them do this? The information is that the bunch had, according to insiders, he had dodged summons. He's been dodging the summons by the ICPC for weeks. So they've been inviting him for weeks. He's been dodging it, and he claimed to be overseas for scheduled concerts. Each time he was invited to appear for interrogation over fraud allegations. So fraud. So I've mentioned the word fraud 2 or 3 times now. What is this fraud all about? Because if you look at the band and then you wonder, why should the band be involved in fraud? It's one of the wealthiest Nigerian celebrity, at least according to the records that we have. But he's accused of fraudulently diverting hundreds of millions of naira that has been earmarked by the Nigerian government for Empower projects. Hundreds of millions of naira that the Nigerian government earmarked for the Empower project. So let me tell you the Empower project. Uh, it's an empowerment program set up by the Nigerian government in 2016 to address youth unemployment and to increase social development. So it's one of the components of the National Social Investment Program, and it's under the Ministry of the uh, Human Affairs Minister. That's Sadia Umar Farouk. So the NSIP, that's Social Investment Program, um, is to provide a structure for large scale and relevant work skill. So Empower, that's what it does. Work skills and development to ensure that each participant will learn and practice most of what is necessary to to find or to create work. The participants of the Empower, I know some of them who benefited. Um, NYSC and fresh graduates benefited from that program. Participants range between the ages of 18 and 35. And according to the record of the ministry, over 500,000 people have benefited from that. So, how much has been spent um, in this program over time? According to the information we heard, is so they spent. This is a 2009 record. They spent over 279 billion on this program. A lot of people have actually applied for it, benefiting from it from all the local governments in the country. So it's a laudable program, at least for those who have benefited. They attest to that. But you know, so how did the bank come into the story? Investigators allege that the bank colluded. It colluded with some compromised government officials to introduce ghost beneficiaries into the payroll of the scheme. So he colluded with some officials and then he put in ghost beneficiary, fake names and account number, people who are not entitled to benefit from it, um, but they are benefiting, they are getting paid. Then the stipend is paid to those beneficiaries, but the money are then paid to accounts that are now allegedly linked to the popstar, that's to the band. So it was a diversion tactics, according to the reports. So after the band failed to show up for interrogation, despite multiple invitations, ICPC moved to arrest him anywhere in Nigeria and abroad. So it was a case of like internally, even though majority of Nigerians didn't know what was going on, they declared him wanted, sort of anywhere they found him, and then that forced him to show up at the commission's office on Tuesday, yesterday. On arrival, the band was subjected to a prolonged interrogation session, after which he was detained. He was interrogated for many hours and then he was detained at the ICPC headquarters. And then he pleaded for administrative bail, but his plea was rejected by officials who said the musician could not be trusted to attend his trial if released on bail. Uh, so that's the situation with the band. But according to according to his close associate, that's the band's close associate, Malam Yankee, he denied his arrest. He told another platform, he said the singer was invited but he was not arrested. Malam Yankee said, I'm aware he was invited and not arrested. The person they are looking for is his business partner. So the band, but the truth of the matter is, right now, except is released tomorrow, right now the band is still at the ICPC headquarters. Um, Sources said the ICPC might approach the court on Wednesday today. There's no news on that at the moment, at the time of this show, so that they can go to the court for an extended remand order to enable the agency complete investigation before charging the bunch to courts. Spokesperson for ICPC, Azuka Ogugwa, could not be reached for this story. Many of the platform sampled couldn't get him to talk. Um, Being in detention, the band also could not be reached for comment. So that's the situation with the bench currently at detention for diverting funds meant to cater to Nigerians who are participating with the Empower program. We don't know much about the whole story, but that's where we are at the moment. The bench, also known as Coco Master, Was born on June 9, 1980 in Zaria, Kaduna State, northwest Nigeria, to a military officer who commanded an artillery regiment and a businesswoman for Shagamu in Ogun State. That's according to his Wikipedia profile. He has a twin sibling. He's a songwriter, singer, rapper, and TV personality. He's been active in the vibrant Nigerian music scene since 2004. He sings Afrobeat, hip hop, pop, and R&B. He has even been a judge on some shows. So hopefully, we get a clarity in the next few days. But at the moment, it's not looking good for the band being in detention. Thank you for listening and joining me on this episode. See you next time.